What up, what up, what up, people? It's your boy Yard Man Leng. Do you get it? We're back with another video. I kind of wanted to do it in a slightly different format. Like I kind of wanted to like have the box down, camera facing down, and kind of show you guys that way. But people are saying, "Oh, we like you being in the video and how you do it," and so cool. So today we're basically like, I'm currently looking for a scope camera or run cam as they call it. And we all know, like, I've already spent quite a decent bit on Airsoft, so I kind of wanted to more go for something that was like affordable, if you want to call it that. And because I want to see the different levels as well of quality that different cameras offer at different price ranges, I thought let me start from bottom and kind of build gradually, as opposed to go and spend bare money on a run cam and get amazing quality, because I will never understand and be able to fully appreciate, if it makes sense. So I went for this thing called the Hawkeye. Very cool. Hawkeye Firefly. It's a very cool little camera. Firefly Q6. Comes in a little box. I got so excited I already opened it and took out most of the things anyway, so I'm basically gonna do the after opinion. Comes with this little booklet, which I found quite useful because it has Chinese in the beginning, but if you look at the back, it defo has English, and it's pretty cool. So useful for people who are not good with tech. Then the next layer is this, but what should be in there is the cam, which I've got right here. Decent size cam. It comes with like this lens protector thing. That's why it has this big rib lens protector. I put it on already. But it wouldn't be on originally, you just have the naked lens, if that makes sense. I'll show you that in a minute, so you guys can see width wise and size wise. It is quite a bit of a rib it adds to the camera, whereas you would just have this naked lens. I don't know if you guys can see it, yeah, just the naked lens. My first opinions of it was it looked cheaply built, but I did expect that because it's not around the price range of the run cams. I saw like most of them started around the ranges of like 120, 150, 170, 200, 250, so forth. Whereas this, I was able to pick up for about £70. So you kind of get what I'm saying? So I never expected anything mad great, but first opinions is good so far. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like one of them things, if I drop it's done. It looks like it will serve some time. So it seems to have some brief holes on the back side here, and then that side there. I believe that's where the camera breathes from. Then it also has some dot vents at the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that. Then it has the writing, Hawkeye model, Firefly Q6. Has this display screen right there, and it has four buttons. An up, down, which I believe are, when I've used it before, they are settings buttons, and it has this button here on the side, which is an on and off button if you hold it down for like, I think it's like 2-3 seconds, and then you have this button right on that side, which basically allows the camera to take pictures and start filming. I used it yesterday, I tested the footage, and to be honest, the lighting was not necessarily great. I'm gonna switch it on quickly so you guys can see. So it's in film mode. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm cruising through your damage, let me grow like a flower. You let me grow up in the hood, had me ducking tried, and got the nerve to try and ask me. I chose to put mine on 1080p, 60 frames. I used it at a time when it wasn't quite bright like it is now, so I think what I'll probably have to do is retest it again today. But what I did find was, and then I switched it off by pressing it quick for like 2-3 seconds, what I did find was that the footage was alright, but it obviously wasn't great, and I was looking at this on a very big screen, so because it's not the greatest like quality camera footage wise, I was always kind of roughly expecting that, so that wasn't a stress to me. So why I'm saying I might film like try and do a quick video now, for example, after I finish this one, just because the lighting is pretty good, so if depending on how it behaved, it would be able to show me, oh, maybe it was just because of my lighting yesterday, whereas the light, as long as I'm, say for example, outdoors or I'm in a bright environment, it might be the thing. But so far, like, it wasn't bad. I'd still give it like a 3.54, and some would say, wow, that's a really low score, but you have to remember it's a small tiny camera. However, that was just my only first filming test, so maybe I'll do an update video like after having it for a month, because I've got a game on Sunday, so we'll test it again on Sunday and we'll give you guys an update of how I feel. But so far so good. And then it looks like it has like a mini HDMI socket and a charging socket, like old school USB, and then it has the micro SD slot, which I've already got a memory card in there. One thing I did find interesting about it was, though, in the booklet it says the maximum capacity that the camera can run memory card wise is 64 gigabyte, but I have a 128. It is a 10 class and it is a pro micro SD card, but it filmed and it took pictures just fine, so it kind of left me thinking, but it is a Chinese camera, so it does make sense. Then you have this like other box layer. Then in the bottom of the box you will have a USB charger for it, USB to USB, which I've already attached to my pistol. It's what you see running, well, not my pistol but my conversion kit. It's what you see running wire-wise around the gun. But again, I'll show you that over time, because I'm due to add battery packs and all these things so that I can keep the camera charged throughout the day, basically. It also comes with like this other wire thing. I believe it's another way if you want to attach external cable in. I probably won't use it, but it's handy to have for those who have like battery packs, because it means that you could genuinely attach a battery pack. I'm just going to use a USB like charging battery pack, if that makes sense, just to make my life easier. It also comes with a mount. Again, I got excited, so I've already attached half the things. It's quite a cool mount. Like, this bit comes separate, so you have to attach that to the frame, and then you just, oh, nearly dropped it, and then the frame for the cam, you literally just slide it in that way, if you can see it. You literally just slide the cam in through the front there. I'll actually show you quickly. So you put it in and just literally slide it in, and then it would hold it on whatever device or whatnot you're using. Like I said, upon using it yesterday, I was quite pleased with it because I had it at a side angle and the footage was pretty good. I'm gonna try and attach it again today, and I think it will just have to be a side angle cam, because I have bought a scope and I would so like my scope to sit at the top of the camera. So yeah, we'll see. And at the moment I don't really want to take off the other battery pack, just because I kind of feel like that's useful, especially because over time I'm gonna attach a GoPro to this. So yeah, it's power over camera comfort, if that makes sense. But yeah, like, so ideas so far, like, it's a good setup. Like, I'm really looking forward to using it on Sunday's game, because I feel like that's where I'll probably be able to review it the most, just because I'm outdoors. Every time I've gone out there, most of the places we play, unless you're inside like a container or a dark building or abandoned bus or something like that, it's quite bright. So I reckon I should get back some decent footage. I think my concerns so far, just because of stuff I've seen online about the camera and stuff like that, would just be maybe battery life, via why I'm going with a big USB charging pack, so in between games I can just plug up the camera to charge, as well as maybe its mounting system, because this frame is plastic. The only bit that's metal is this bottom bit, if I'm correct. That might even be plastic, just really good plastic. So yeah, those are my concerns. So maybe over time, if I do like the cam, I might end up sending this framework off to a 3D printer and trying to get this printed in some kind of, or cut in some kind of metal. And my other thing was, you could not use this camera in rain, just because, like, I know that the vents are on the side, but my thing is, if water was to sit on these buttons, just from how they look, I reckon it would eventually seep in. Do you get what I'm saying? And once it touched the motherboard, game over. And it's the same, like, if it was raining heavily, maybe if rain is coming in from an angle, your vents at the side might get hit with rain. So I think over time, what I will probably do, and it's going to be a hard thing, because I don't want to, even when the camera is in there, you can see it's like, it gives, there's like a little element for it to still breathe. If I cover that, now the camera is due to get hot. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I might have to just create like a, what do you call it, electric tape flap, so it's something that I could close and open and have at an angle, so as the rain hits it, it just slides down, hits it and slides down. And maybe the same for the top half of the camera as well, like a flap, so something that if it's raining heavy, I can cover it, but I can peel it back again to press the buttons again and check, and then maybe even in between games just keep drying off the cam, because I reckon this is not waterproof. Might have to look online, because it's a camera that exists in the world. Maybe somebody has created a system for it. But yeah, man, like, so far, like I said, for 60-70 quid, I'm pleased with it. You know what I'm trying to say? I would love to test it today, so look out for the update to that video. But yeah, Hawkeye, so far so good. I would say over time though, after seeing the footage, I was definitely like, yeah, it won't, long-termly, it probably won't be my main camera, if that makes sense. And I know that just because you want the best quality, right? You want the viewers to be able to see what you can see. So without that, your cam being able to do that, it's almost like it takes away from the game system or setup, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, so far so good, man. I'd probably score this maybe about, yeah, like I said, though I said like 3 or 4 for the cam. Overall, maybe like a 6 or 7, just because the price, it brings you into a field which you don't necessarily have to spend a great deal to understand what you're looking for first. And once you've got that understanding, that gives you the ability to say, oh, do you know what? No, I should buy a £300 cam because that's what I'm looking for. Or no, do you know what? I should buy a £150 cam because if this does this, the £150 cam should really just give me exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, definitely a good starting spot, especially for like a child or beginner, because it takes pictures as well. And one thing I would say about it is the pictures weren't too bad at all, because it's from a wide angle on like a field, or when you're standing around with your guns out, or say you're on the firing range testing your guns. Like, it's not a bad thing to have. Like, this is how you have Instagram pictures, or just little snapshots of the day that tell their own story kind of thing. So yeah, definitely not a bad starting spot. But yeah guys, until we next meet again.